Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davven Holmes-Davenport. I'm the founder of Truth Foundation, which stands for To Reach You Through Him, or To Reach You Through Her. I'm also a core member of Filthy Rags Outreach, which is a gang outreach to reach out to gang members, calling them out of the life, to learn how to be the light of the world by creating different actions to be better examples to those around you. And I'm also active in the BPC, Black Privilege Caucus, in Stafford Creek. Now, I'm going to be speaking on behalf of community development. The reason why community development means so much to me is because we've made it so far from the culture that created the community that I was raised in. I was raised on the hilltop of Tacoma. Now I want to develop the system that was in place then, in my childhood, so to speak, so the culture in these gentrified communities now can function around it to begin the process to bring back the essence of what our communities was founded on, which was love and faith. The reason why I say to begin the process is because it's not for us. It's for the generation to come. Now, to give you a glimpse into the journey of the culture where I come from, when we was younger, every summer, it used to be block parties on every block. One summer, it would be a block party in front of People's Center on MLK. The next weekend, it would be a block party on 19th and L, or all L streets. The next weekend, so on and so forth, there's a block party, mainly for the gathering of the people on that block to be able to come together to learn more about each other, to figure out how to love each other, and so we're not unfamiliar with our neighbors. Now, everybody's familiar with it takes a village to raise our kids. Now, that's the community I was raised in because my mom can go to the store and leave me outside playing with the other kids on the block while the next door neighbor watches us for my mom. Now, that's the village raising the kid. Now, years later, we've got so far from that because of whatever political transition that they wanted to take in the communities that are there now, which stands on the history that we gave him. Now, the history is his story. Now, my story in developing the community that I was raised in, I don't want to kick nobody out. But how can we partner and bring it back to essence? The first part of the essence that I want to speak about is love. Love is not puffed up. Love is not bringing somebody down. Love is not the crab in the theory bucket. Love is not something that's going to talk behind somebody's back. Love is not going to stab nobody else in their back. Love is going to be understanding and willing, open-minded, open-hearted. Love is going to have the front door open. Love is going to call the neighbors into the dinner so we can all sit down at the round table and eat. Love reaches out. Love is so many different things and so many different life. It may mean something different, but the love to me, even through all the mishaps that I've been through in my life, my mom was still able to love me, regardless. Now, in these certain block parties, you can feel the love because they will call off the ends of the block. They will pull the hoops out and take the cars from in front of these houses, and we would play basketball, tag, kickball, whatever activities that we would give for the kids to be able to fellowship with each other, have fun with each other. While the elders was cooking and talking about history, talking about legacy, whatever it is that they be talking about, I wasn't over it. I was the kid of the block. Also, the police was there because that was the people that was patrolling our community. So it was only right that they was there too. Now, in the midst of gentrifying, let's just be all honest right now. Because the police knew us by first name basis, because of the experience that we were sharing in the midst of these block parties, they knew me. They knew what I was doing because they was in my front and backyard. So it was easy to get to them to get to me. Now, the faith part. Faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now, the reason I say faith is because nobody can see what is about to happen 5 minutes from now, let alone a year from now. Nevertheless, what we bring forth right now can produce fruit. That's why I say it's not for us, it's for the following generation. Because I can't go back to my mom's house because she doesn't live there no more. Because when they raise the minimum wage, they raise the property tax. When they raise the property tax, they raise the rent. When they raise the rent, whoever's living in this house, they can't live there no more because they can't afford it. So my mom wasn't able to afford the house anymore, so she had to leave. So I can't go back to my mom's house and say, hey, kids, this is the house I was raised in. Maybe we can drive by. But I can't go in the house and take them through the tour of my old room where I used to play games, certain stuff I used to do in the house that I was raised in. But I have faith that it will get there, that we can sit down in the community center that I brought trophies to, along with other like-minded individuals that I was playing sports with. It's faith because I don't know what may happen tomorrow, but nevertheless, this is the call for greatness for those that is listening. Because it depends on us to start something for the tomorrow. What are we going to do now that can create a tomorrow for our kids or for our kids' kids? Because there's some people that's listening right now that may be grandmas and grandpas. They already have grandkids. But what kind of community are we going to build for them? See, they kicked us out for a reason. It wasn't just to kick us out. It was for us to learn something because while we was there, I was part of the era that was abusing faith. That I'm going to get it how I live. I'm not going to get it in the hopes that what I can do tomorrow can make a better future. But I don't want to go to sleep cold and hungry. So now the faith that I operate under now is if I dream about it today, tomorrow I put forth the effort, and the third day it can manifest itself. That's faith without works. It's dead. But faith with works produce everything that you have hoped for, which is something that the next generation can hold on to. They wasn't teaching us this when we was growing up on these block parties. However, it's fine now because now we have new block parties. Now the elders can come and give us the history on the old block parties just to say this is how it's supposed to be. Now that's the elders giving back to the kids. Because everything is for them. We're supposed to reach to the next generation to build up messengers for the next generation. Because we're supposed to be the messengers of this generation. But nevertheless, what kind of community are we going to build for our kids? If we come together right now, which is a call for greatness, what kind of community are we going to develop? Because the kind of community that I want to develop is I want to go clean up them pipes and these needles that's in these alleys. I want to go to these kid cities. I want to go be the light and salt of the world by speaking to the dry bones that's in these valleys, in these communities, because they don't have no life. They don't even know how to survive. And that's what true foundation is about, is to expose false realities, speak the truth, standing on truth, and walking in the gospel of truth. So we can go into these hidden cracks and crevices of these alleys and go look at the people that ain't got no hope and give them some hope and say, and it's going to be okay. Just imagine, just picture if you was in a tent and you was ready to kill yourself and life didn't have no meaning. But somebody opened the tent and you seen them as hope. That's who we're supposed to be to the people that ain't got hope in these communities. Now that's what Truth Foundation is. That's what Filthy Rags Outreach is. That's what BPC is. That's who any organization that is here listening right now, that's who you are. So this is a call for greatness. How can we build positive communities if we don't do it together? Now, when we bring forth fruit, which is the healthy living, which is what this whole summit is about, we can give it what it's supposed to be instead of living and breathing and giving the false realities of what we was taught. You only can give what you're taught. You only can give what you have. So if all that you have, if you're not willing to give it away to the next generation for these upcoming communities, then what do you have it for? Stop abusing it and give it. Because all that I have, I'm ready to give it to the next generation. And everybody standing with me, I just pray and hope that you're ready to give it too. Again, my name is Davven, Holmes-Davenport. I just hope that everything that was said, man, you can be able to take it and look at it like, let's build a positive community. Let's really build it. We're doing a whole lot. Let's do a whole lot for our communities. And thank you for having me.